Alright, I'm ready. Here's your notes. So I'll try and get through this relatively quickly so you guys can play along. Please hit pause. I'm going to talk fast because if you need a chance to work on stuff, and you will need a chance to work on stuff, I want you to have the opportunity to do that. But I don't want to give you the time. I'm going to talk really fast. Besides, I got to get back to the pool. Thailand is beautiful. Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Alright, here we go. Here's a quadratic equation. You guys can see this, correct? Boom. It's definitely a negative a because it opens downward. This guy was not an Honors Algebra 2 student. So he made a very poor decision. He did not think about the axis of symmetry, the height of his truck, and the width of his truck. So let's see if we can model this situation. Here we go. We have a truck that's 11 feet tall and 7 feet wide, and it's traveling underneath an arch. By arch, we mean a bridge. By bridge, we mean a quadratic equation. So the arch can be modeled by this equation right here. And then the question remains, will the truck fit underneath the arch? So pull out your Inspire and get going. Hit pause, pull out your Inspire, see if you can start answering these questions. Go. Alright, here's my work. I'm going to move this over here so it's out of our way. I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to start a new document. We do not want to save unsave. So I want to start with a graph. And I can model this. Negative 0.0625 x squared plus 1.25 x plus 5.75. Now, I will say this. If you have not tried to do this on your own, you need to. So hit pause and just get going. Don't copy my work. I don't get to see the whole graph, so I need to change my window. We'll go to window settings. Obviously, my max needs to be bigger. I don't know. Let's make it 30. And if I come down here, my Y min is fine, but I had an 11-foot tall truck, so I'll make this 15. Hey, that looks pretty good. If you want to adjust it more, you may. Alright, so let's take a look. I know this is my bridge. This is the arch that I have to drive underneath. I also know that my truck is 11 feet tall. So if this is 1, 2, 3, how do I model 11? Well, the cool part is I can just draw another graph. Alright, so there's my 11-foot tall truck. So now the question is, how far apart are those two pieces? Well, the calculator helps us find all this out. If I analyze the graph and I look at the intersection, I can see that I'm at 14, and I need to look at the other intersection also. Oh, and 6. So if I go from 6 to 14, that's going to be a difference of 8. And my truck, if you guys remember, my truck is only 7 feet wide. So if I have 8 feet and 11 feet, I should be just fine because my truck will come through below it. Or sorry, inside. I shouldn't say below it. I should say inside these 2 points. So that'll be easy. If we want to, we'll go back over here. So if we want to look at this question bigger, you guys can see that there's going to be more questions. Will it fit under the arch? Yes. I love it. What is the maximum width that a truck that's 11 feet tall can have and still make it underneath the arch? If you remember in my graph, it was between 6 and 14, so it looks like it would be 8 feet. We probably wouldn't want to use the full 8 feet, somewhere less than the 8 feet. Alright, what if I did have a truck that was 7 feet wide? Can I still make it underneath the arch? Well, let's take a look. If I go back here, instead of being 8, I want to be 7. So where's my center here? If this whole thing is 8 between 6 and 14, the center has to be right here at 10. So I'm going to add a line at 10. What that will do is that will give me a chance to show the center. I don't actually want that. Let's try this again. If I go to menu, You notice this time I have to do an equation. I can't do a function, and I want a vertical line. So I want to go to 10. Sweet, there's my axis of symmetry. So if I want to go 3.5, because I have 7, I want to go 3.5 on both sides, that's going to be 13.5, and it's going to be, let's think about this, 6.5? So I'm going to go to menu, and I'm going to enter a line. Oh, I did it again. I get too excited. I want to hit the button fast. Alright, line, I have to be patient. I want a vertical line. What did I say, 13.5? So there's 1/2. You can see it's just inside of that point of intersection. Actually, while I'm right here, I'm going to get rid of that. These are only going to get in my way later. Alright, so 13.5, and I want to put one at 6.5. Equation, a line, vertical line. Sweet. So now all I need to do is I need to find those points of intersection between that line, and we can find out the height. This is going to get a little bit more confusing, because when I do the intersection this time, it asks me which graph am I interested in. So I'll say the parabola is my first one. Second graph is going to be this vertical line. And now it just wants me to draw, a picture. Oh, so it gave me a little box. It looks like my height is going to be 11.2 feet. Will it be the same on the other side? Let's find out. Menu, trace. Oh no, I don't want to trace. I want to analyze my graph, intersect. Now, it asks what graph. So I want the parabola. My second graph is going to be this vertical line. Now it says first corner. So if I put my first corner here, the calculator is allowing me to draw a box and the intersection's inside. Sweet. So now I see I have a maximum height of 11.2 feet. Alright, let's get back to this. You should have been able to answer these questions using your calculator. Oop, I'll give them all to you. So you should be comfortable using your Inspire as you go. Alright? Let's keep rolling. Oh, now it's not so much a word problem. Now you're just given information, and from this information you have to write the quadratic equation. So the vertex, we know this is H, we know this is K. Awesome. We know this is X, we know this is Y. So now, can you write a quadratic equation using this information? Well, if they give you the vertex, let's use vertex form. Y equals A X minus H squared. I suppose I should put my parentheses in. I'm getting good at this writing, plus K. Alright, the only variable you don't have is A. So go ahead, substitute your H and K in, solve for your A, you have your quadratic equation. I may ask you to write a quadratic equation in standard form, but either way, you can do it. Alright, x-intercepts and a point. Do your algebra right now. Sorry, that's why I'm going fast. Hit pause, do your algebra. When you go to the next slide, you're going to find out if you did it correctly, but I want to see you do the work first. Alright, if I give you x-intercepts of 2 and 5, I know now I can use my intercept form. Y equals A X minus P. I think we use that as our variable. And X minus Q. Sweet. And again, I have P, I have Q, and I have X and Y. The only thing that you don't have is A. So substitute in. Careful, you are going to have to put the same X value in twice. Alright, don't go on to the next slide unless you've hit pause and done your algebra. Promise? Hit pause, take a look at my work, see if you agree with me or not. Hit pause, look at my work, see if you agree with me or not. You're not going to get 1 for A every time. It just happened to work out that way. Alright, let's do the hard example. Now you need to find a quadratic equation given 3 points. So with those 3 points, remember this is X, and this is y, and I know that my standard form is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. You will see right now that given an x and y, I still don't have variables a, b, or c. And if I have three unknowns, how many equations do I need to write? Yes, 3. So I'm going to write the first one with this point, the second one with this point, and then the third one with this point. Once I have those 3 equations, I can solve. So I'm going to write the first one for you. Instead of y, I can put in a 0. 0 equals. I do not know what a is. That's what I'm solving for. But I know what x is. X is -1. So I can put in a -1 squared plus b. And again, I have to put in -1 plus c. So I've written my first equation. How many unknowns do I have? Well, 3. A, B, C. If I have 3 unknowns, I have to write another equation with that point and another one with this point. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you with the details here. You need to put -2 in for your y value, then put a +1 in for your x's. For the last one, you put -15 in for your y and 2 in for your x's. Now you have 3 variables. Well, of course you have 3 variables, a, b, and c, and now you have 3 equations. So go ahead. We did this at the beginning of the year. Knock it out. Let's see what you can do. Go. Now's the time to hit pause. All right. First equation, second equation, third equation. Notice for my x values, I just put in each of my x's, and for my y's, 0, -2, -15. I simplified straight across. You like my colors, don't you? It helps. Once I simplified, here's my 3 equations, here's my 3 unknowns, and I just started eliminating. The nice part was when I eliminated the first and the second, I was able to get down to 1 variable. So once I find my a, b, and c, I can rewrite it. Okay? Verify your answer, make sure it's right. Good work. This is it. You guys are going to take some real world data. Go on YouTube right now. You can find out this pumpkin tossing contest. It's actually pretty funny. But I'm not going to take the time to show you a video here. I would if I was in class, but you guys can do that on your own. Yep, stop everything, go to Google, do it. Or go to YouTube and check it out. But for us, we're going to use our calculator to find a quadratic model for the data. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this quickly and do this together. Alright, this is when you hit pause. All the directions are here. I'm just going to clean it up fast. So pause, follow the directions, do it, go. Alright, this is me making sure that you've done this correctly. Are you ready? Alright, here we go. I want to get out of here. So if I go home and I go to a new document, do I want to save this? No, I don't want to save it. Now I'm going to put in a list and spreadsheet. Same thing it says at the beginning. I need to put my variables in. This is angle. This is distance. I don't think the calculator is going to let you put the entire word angle and distance in, so just shorten it. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and now 437, 501, 509. That looks like a winner right there. 462 and 372. All right. So I have all my data in. After I have that, I want to add a data and statistics page. So add page is in blue right there. If I press Control Enter, data and statistics, and you see my information. I need to change my variables. So if I click on my dependent variable is distance. My independent variable is angle. Whoa! That looks very quadratic. Isn't that cool how the calculator will tell you exactly what point each of them are? Alright, so once I have that, I'm going to go to the menu. I'm going to go to Analyze, and I want to go to Regression. Now I have to make a decision. Which one of these functions will it look like? Let's describe it. Is it linear? Is it cubic, quartic, power? We'll do all those, but right now we're dealing with quadratic. So look at that. I lost it. I have my quadratic equation. That's crazy. At least you showed how to do it, or I showed how to do it. See if I can do this one more time. Never had that happen before. Quadratic. Bam. Let's see if I can make this. I want to move it. Oh, there we go. All right. So I have my quadratic equation. You guys are set. If you missed any of this, hit pause, go back, take a look at it. Here's your homework assignment. It's short. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Tuesday. All right.